We are the road less traveled. Steve, Jen, Ben, Haley, and of course Stilton, our 100-pound golden retriever.
Stilton here, still in my seat.
In April of 2020, we decided to sell our house in North Carolina, move into an RV, and travel the country full time. This is our story.
Hello, I'm Steve.
And I'm Jen.
And today we're going to be talking to you about some of the traps you could fall into when you are considering or in full-time RV living.
Yeah, and I guess we've made a few of these. Not all of them, quite. But we've made a few of these, I wouldn't say mistakes. We've fallen into the traps.
We have.
Before.
We definitely fell into the first one.
Yes, the first one. Buying a new RV. Everyone told us to buy used, and...
But it still seemed like a good idea to buy new.
Well, and we've said this before in a past video. The model that we have, the 31MB Grand Design Reflection, the model fit us. The layout with the bunks fit us well. We couldn't find another one. I don't know. We got into it. We liked it. It felt right, and we went with it. Mm-hmm. That was really the layout. And it just seemed like that was a good decision. You know, there's a warranty that you get. We have a forever warranty, and it just seemed like a good idea. But
to me, I think part of it felt like a little bit of fear. Like I felt like buying it from a dealer for whatever reason just felt like I could trust it more, and like they would show me how to use it more than buying it from somebody else. And being a first timer and lacking the experience, I kind of wanted some of that hand holding. But I think on the next one, I would definitely want to buy used.
Definitely. Like I don't think there's a question, at least on my part. So yeah, don't feel like you have to buy new. Be curious what you think. Have you already bought? If you have bought, is it new, used? Tell us in the comments below. And the second trap, which is kind of goes along with the first one, is thinking you're going to find a perfect RV. Even though I'd have to say we like our RV, it works for most purposes, it still doesn't work completely.
No.
And do you want to talk about when we were taking some of the tours of other models?
Yeah, so we actually, when we were at the dealer last month waiting for our current rig to get fixed, we went and looked at a few others thinking they would be better. They were bigger and more expensive, but really they were lacking, and we were disappointed in those as well. So
yeah, there's always something. Like even that one thing was really nice in one. They had this weird no dinette in the kitchen. We need a dinette. We need somewhere to eat. Our kids are just messy eaters, or at least one kid's a messy eater, so we need an actual place where we eat. We don't want to eat on the couch. Or something was great in one room, not in another, and that's just how it goes. I think, we're leaning towards, we're just having a conversation. Do we get a rig that is renovated for us instead of buying even another new to us one and going, this isn't right. Let's renovate this.
they might find a perfect RV though, just because we didn't.
Tell us what you did. We'd be curious if you just love everything about your RV and there's not one thing you would change.
This is what I think we might be wrong about.
Okay.
I think you might find the perfect RV. You just have to keep looking. I think I found the perfect RV for us, but Jen doesn't like it, so I guess it's not perfect.
That is... Oh my God.
She doesn't want a dually, and it's just 20,000 pound.
Oh, you're talking about the
fifth
one.
wheel. Yeah.
Oh, he thinks he found the perfect one. He's looking at another. It's a new one, right?
No, it's not. I mean, they have new and they have used. It's been out for a few years. It's the Grand Design Momentum 397TH. It's got a garage in the back that has queen beds and it has a full bathroom. So the idea would be that we would use that as the master bedroom, and in the day we would convert it to an office. Now there might be some small changes we make to that, but for the most part, having that full bathroom in the garage I think would be key to be able to do that. I don't want a half bath in the master.
So yeah, we're still working out what our actual perfect rig looks like. I don't think we even know what our perfect rig is, but ours works. But what we're thinking about is that we're going to be doing this for a little while, and then even when we settle, we find a town we want to live in, we're probably going to live in our rig for a year or two until we buy a house. So I want it to work for us. And right now, our biggest pain point of our rig is there's no office space. And our bedroom is teeny tiny, and you can't even fit a desk. I did wedge a chair in there for a conference call once, and it was okay. It wasn't great. There's nowhere to put my computer. So we're really lacking in office space, but other aspects of it are very nice. Okay. I think that went on too long. Right.
If you guys are getting bored, comment below. Don't leave though. Just comment below. Say, move it along, people.
Just quit talking about your rig. All right. Trap number 3. Thinking every day is a vacation. When you full time, it's really easy, especially at the beginning, to go out every night, light a campfire, have your s'mores, crack open a glass of wine or two, and
gain 20 pounds. Like I did.
And we even cook most of the time within the rig. I don't know what got you with the poundage.
I'm on a diet now. I'm losing it.
No,
I'm working on it.
Well, this is one of the traps. So what do you think that the trap was for you with the weight gain? Too many s'mores?
I don't know. There's just a lot of good food out there on the road. Like we at least probably twice a week will go out and eat some sort of meal out, and every time you eat out, it's like 1,000 calories or more, and the stuff's good. Like we were in Austin, and they have good food there. We got some donuts, and they were awesome.
And you want to try and sample the cuisine. It makes sense. But yeah, it's a little calorie heavy, and also it is, we both exercise, and it can be sometimes a little bit of a challenge to find a routine and a rhythm around exercise when you're moving a lot. So you go to some RV parks, like we went to one in Austin, and it's literally a loop, like a very short loop, and it's hilly loop. So that's just not fun to run or walk or bike. So you have to be really intentional about your exercise and just make it happen, which is a challenge on the road.
What's next?
This is a good one. Buying things you don't need. We get it. You're excited, and we were excited too, that when we were getting ready to go out on the road, we were watching all the YouTube videos saying, what must we get? And you start planning, and you're excited, and then you think, oh, you need all this stuff, and then you get in, you don't really need that much stuff. Really getting in and experiencing your rig first, and actually what you need.
I was just looking at that collapsible trash can that we got for the outside.
That you move literally every time we take out the Blackstone.
Yeah, I think we used it like once or twice. All right, so the next thing is thinking that it will fix all of your problems. We still have some problems, I think.
No, not us.
Life did not become perfect when we went on the road, although in my mind it was going to be.
Well, things almost get amplified because you're in such a smaller space and you're always together. So your problems, could get bigger potentially. But it's not always rainbows and unicorns. I think that's just life. So if you are expecting that you're going to go out on the road and everyone's going to be super happy and there's going to be no crying and whining and that type of stuff, you're going to be upset. And the last one, and this is really minor, is wasting your energy on negative people within the Facebook groups. So RV Facebook groups can be a huge benefit. There are some that I'm in every day that are super helpful, but without a doubt, there's always snarky comments. I'd have to say it's like the snarkiest kind of niche of Facebook groups I've ever been in. And you just can't go down that rabbit hole. So if you put something out there, someone says something mean, just let it go. Try to hang on to the useful Facebook groups, because there's a ton out there that have been really helpful for us and for other people that I've seen. Are you in them anymore?
I'm in a few, yeah, and there are some jerks in there, but I don't really waste a lot of energy.
Seems one to disengage with the jerks, and sometimes there was one recently where someone posted a picture of their RV site in California and talked about how nice the site was, and people just got on to him about California. The poor guy was just posting his site and giving some, input on his site and his campground, and people just don't like California, so they ripped him a new one for going to California. And luckily people in the group rushed to his defense because it was just silly. So there's just snarky people.
Sometimes I do feel like calling a jerk though. Like, I want to just reply and say something mean, but I just usually just let it go.
Yeah. Someone did actually say, like, there's just no need for this. Like, we all RV to experience new places. So people usually come to your rescue. But I've seen some pretty mean stuff. But don't let that deter you. there's better ones than others out there. All right, so we have a bonus RV trap that, as we got off camera and started discussing, that we are really in this holding pattern right now with where we're going. We really have some balls in the air. We're trying to figure out what we're doing next and where we're going next. And one of the traps you can fall into is having to have a plan, like a super solid plan, or overanalyzing.
Overplanning.
Overplanning, yes. And I know there's people who like to plan, and I'm a planner too. And right now we know where our next stop is for a few days, but we're kind of holding tight till a few things work themselves out. And
things happen in life that force you to change your plans.
Yeah, and if you're going to stick really, really strict with the plan and you don't get into a campground or something happens, you're going to be pretty disappointed. So I think you just have to be as flexible as possible. And if you're a planner and a control freak, it may be hard for you to RV in general.
If we were like a whole month out right now, then we'd lose all that money because we wouldn't be able to go.
Yeah.
Because our schedule's being thrown off.
Yes, and so
we'll talk about it in our next video as to what's going on, but man, I'm just glad we're not overplanned.
No, we don't plan too much. I started planning quite a bit, and then just realized it's just things change, and you can't always get your deposit back or your reservation back. So, again, don't get caught up in overanalyzing. Just kind of go with the flow to the best of your ability.
Plus, Jen's got these major work commitments this month that she needs to be online for. And some campgrounds don't have as good of internet as others. So if we're not getting good cell and she's got a big training coming up, then we have to move.
Yeah, for example, we are supposed to be at this campground, which is beautiful. It's lovely. Till Friday. We have to leave tomorrow, which is Monday, because the internet's terrible and I can't work. I can't take the risk. Good thing here it's free because we're 1,000 Trails members. But now we're gonna have to spend money that we weren't anticipating we'd have to spend because the internet here sucks. Mm-hmm. So you have to go with the flow. Not happy about it, but it is what it is. So those are some traps that you may fall into, either as you're planning to go RVing or maybe as you just start RVing. Anything else to add?
That's it.
Let's wrap this up. All right.
If you like this video, please hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe and the bell notification if you want to be notified. And if you have anything to add or have any questions for us, please comment below, and have an awesome day.
Thanks for watching.